So you're really going to do it. You've decided this is the year you're finally going to start your very own garden. Or perhaps you got a little garden going, but you want to grow it out. You want to grow more stuff, maybe even a food forest. You got an area in your yard picked out, it gets good sun, but you look around and what do you see? You see grass and weeds, and it's just a total mess. You're thinking to yourself, this is going to take me forever and a day to clean up this piece of land and get ready for planting. So what do? You put it off and you put it off. Some folks put it off until it's too late. So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks to help you streamline that very important first step to get your garden prepared and ready for growing this spring. This is an episode you're not going to want to miss, so stay tuned. Alright, so let's say we're going to start a new garden plot right here where this grass is growing. Could be grass, weeds, a combination of both. What's the first thing I'm going to do? It's going to be to put a sheeting layer over the top of the ground here, over all the weeds, the grass, and you can do this either using newspaper, construction paper, cardboard, and then atop that you can do just one layer of something like wood chips, or you can do a lasagna layer where you do multiple layers of organic material that's going to break down. You might do a layer of leaves followed by a layer of compost, followed by a layer of grass clippings, followed by a layer of wood chips. Just whatever you have available, you can just simply layer that up, and it's going to have the same effect as if you just used wood chips, but you're going to get even more nutrients in there. But this is the critical first step that's going to save you a lot of time, and actually it only takes about 4 weeks or so before that area will be ready for planting. So there's still plenty of time. If you're watching this video right now, it's March 1st tomorrow. So if you're watching this today and you got going on this within the next few days, you'd be good to plant by the time spring arrives. So keep that in mind. So here in 2019, newspaper is not as readily available as it used to be. Not many folks get a daily paper delivered anymore. And so for that reason, I recommend, if you can, pick up one of these rolls of construction paper. This would be, if you're willing to spend a little money, you can get this at your local big box store like Home Depot. It's relatively cheap, and you get a 1,000-foot roll for around $20, so it's actually cost effective. And it really can't get much easier than this. And it tears off quite easy. And you notice I'm overlapping about 4 to 6 inches here. You don't want to leave any gaps where any weeds can start poking through and get access to the sun. And bam, you're ready to add your mulch layer. So if you got yourself any extra boxes laying around, perhaps you got a package from Amazon this week, don't just take these and throw them in your recycling bin if you're a gardener. Save them. These are a wonderful resource for helping to mulch your garden. Some other good resources for boxes would be furniture and appliance stores. They get huge cardboard boxes. They usually throw them out. So you can simply go in there and ask them if it's okay if you grab some out of their container, or if they could save you a few boxes. Usually they're more than happy to do that. I did that on a few different occasions. And I used to be really serious about removing every little bit of tape. I mean, if it comes off easily, yeah, go ahead and remove it. But I used to remove every little bit of tape, every sticker, everything on the box, made sure none of that was in the garden. But what I've come to find over the years, if you just lay it in the garden as it is, and you mulch that, what ends up happening is after about a year or two, these items just start surfacing in your garden as your mulch layers break down. And then you can just remove them easily. So it's up to you. I would say if it removes easily, like this stuff here, yeah, just pull it off. But if you're really struggling to get some of these stickers off, just leave them on there and take them out once they start to surface in your garden. But this cardboard here is really the gold standard in my opinion when it comes to sheet mulching. This is about a 4 by 5 foot section of cardboard. There's no staples, no tape, just ordinary cardboard. And I'm able to get this at my local Costco. And they have this in abundance. In between all the different pallets of products are these cardboard flats. And as I'm walking through the store, whenever I'm there, I just pick them up, fold them in half, put them at the bottom of my cart. And in the past, I've also asked towards the back end of the store where they do the recycling and crushing of the cardboard, if they would just hold some of these flats for me, and they did that. So that might not be the case at every Costco, but in my case, that worked out great. But just simply walking, doing one pass through the store when you do your shopping, you can easily gather a dozen or so of these cardboard slats. And you know, you might want to ask a manager if it's okay, but nobody's ever said anything to me. I don't see why they would. You're actually saving them some work. And it's the same concept. You just want to overlayer your cardboard pieces like so. And just look at that. In a matter of about 10 seconds, I've sheet mulched nearly a 10 by 10 square foot area, ready for mulch. And I've heard some of the concerns other gardeners have had about using cardboard in the garden, thinking that it could be toxic. And in reality, just standard typical cardboard like this, there's no glossiness, no coloring on the cardboard, is perfectly safe in most situations. Any glue that's used to actually bind these layers together is nothing more than a cornstarch water-based glue. It breaks down just like everything else. The worms come in and eat it. And in just about a year's time, in most situations, all this cardboard is going to disappear after it's done its job. It's going to break down. So in some cases you might get a little bit longer length, some cases shorter. With that being said, there is some type of cardboard I wouldn't suggest using in your garden. If it does have that plasticky outer film, or even at Costco, some of these flats, you'll notice it has a different texture. And usually you can find that type of cardboard in the area where they're selling the laundry detergent, the bleach, and that sort of thing. So stay away from that. You're just looking for your standard, regular looking cardboard. Just like that. So you laid down your cardboard, you sheet mulched, and now a few weeks later, you're ready to start planting. So what do? So for this step, a tool like a Hori works really well, where you're just going to scooch away all the sheet mulch that you have there, and then you're going to dig right through the cardboard. And by then, you're probably not going to see any living grass there. If you see a little something, it's not a big deal, but you're just going to simply dig right into there. And you're going to plant your plant. So I'd recommend for first year sheet mulching that you transplant your plants into the garden. So either start them from seed and transplant out the small seedlings, or go buy them from your local nursery. It's just going to be a really quick, easy way to get a garden going. And then once you got that plant planted in its hole, you can scooch back the mulch all around the base of the plant, and you're good to go. So as you can see, it really doesn't get much easier than that. What I just shared with you is exactly what I did when I first started this food forest project 8 years ago. Over 90% of the area that I'm growing in was grass and weeds, and I did the sheet mulching technique. In areas where I planted fruit trees, I dug bigger holes in the cardboard, and it's worked beautifully. The majority of the landscape hasn't had any of the weeds come back at all. So I do bring in fresh wood chips each year, but even if you don't have wood chips available, you can accomplish the same exact thing just by doing more of a lasagna style sheet mulch. So whether you got grass clippings, leaves, or even if you just got branches from your trees, if you're able to chip those down yourself, that'd be great. But you could lay any organic material atop a sheet layer and have the same results. Gardening for the win. Fresh is best, homegrown is out of this world. So with that, I'm going to do a quick giveaway. All you got to do is comment below this video. Any comment works. I'm going to be giving away a Hori, and the winner will be announced on the upcoming video. So please, if you like today's video, give it a thumbs up. Shoot me a comment below to be entered for the win. And until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com. Take care. I'll be talking to you again soon. See, I've been doing some compost sifting in here. We got the ladies just chilling. We just threw them over some cooked rice from last night's dinner. you.